You're still in your prime, you've been working your whole life, and you want to know what you can do to maximize your retirement. I'll get in 5 tips for you to think about to live the fullest in your second leg of life. You've only got one life to live, and it's important that you live it to the fullest. The number one tip is to do it now, sooner rather than later. I understand that you have the fear of the unknown, but that'll always be there. It's important that you build out your retirement plan, understand the numbers, how much you'll need in savings, how much in Social Security, how much you expect to spend on a monthly basis. And once you hit those numbers, feel comfortable in your retirement plan. You always have the fear of running out of money. The initial jump can be scary, but you should feel comfortable in your numbers and the plan that you've created. There's always excuses to be made. Oh, there's always next year. One more year of work won't hurt. You may feel loyalty to your employer, but I promise you, it'll be okay and they'll be all right without you. You may have concerns about the stock market, and that's fair. It's always unpredictable. But as you approach retirement, it's important that you position your portfolio for this unexpected volatility. It's important to think about yourself, what's best for you. Only you can value your time, and you have to do what's right for you. Which leads to tip number 2. Think about what hobbies or activities you want to pursue in retirement. Have you caught yourself thinking, oh, I wish I could do that? Well, now's the time. Think about what would make you happy. Well, now you have the free time in retirement to pursue these activities. Maybe you want to pursue something creative like painting, pottery, sculpting, or pick up a new skill like woodworking or gardening, or take after new activities like hiking or running. Even in retirement, it's important that you set goals. You should have goals that are realistic and achievable for you, but most importantly, that you enjoy it. Not everyone has to run a marathon, but go ahead if that's what you're into. Your goal doesn't have to be physical, but can also be creative. I have no musical ability in my body, but I've always wanted to be able to play the guitar. Maybe when I get to retirement, I'll pick up a guitar and learn how to play an instrument for the first time in my life. Maybe you want to learn a new language and travel to that country and test out your new skill. That's all possible in your retirement. And tip number 3 is to travel more in your younger years of retirement. Your knees will never feel as good, your back will never feel as good, your hip never is good. And you can always get a hip replacement, which my dad did, and he's feeling great. While you're still in your 50s, 60s, or 70s and still feeling good, you can take the big international trip you always dreamed of. You can walk all the steps of Italy and drink all the wine there and enjoy it and have a good time. This also coincides with tip number 4. Don't be afraid to spend big in retirement. It's okay to plan this big extravagant trip to Europe, but you need to understand your numbers. As you're preparing for retirement, plan ahead for these trips. Understand the expenses and understand the impact that it'll have on your retirement plan. If you know what you can expect to spend, understand how it'll impact the plan, you can go ahead and book that trip. Now is the time to maximize your retirement. While you're still feeling good, get the most out of it. You spent all that time in the field, in the truck, in the office, and now you need to get out and explore and enjoy the time that you have. Plan ahead for these big expenses. As you near retirement, make a bucket list of all the places and things you want to do and plan ahead for them. Understand the cost of going on that trip or pursuing the new hobby because, let's be honest, hobbies can be expensive. So build these expenses into your retirement plan and don't feel guilty about pursuing what makes you happy. The last tip in retirement is to stay active. It's important for your overall happiness and health that you stay fit. Be sure to get your steps in and get some time outside. Maybe instead of hiring the gardener, you'll do the landscaping and mow the lawn yourself. Now you have the time for it. And hey, that's one way you can save money in retirement. Also, as you're taking up the new hobby of gardening, you can use the fresh vegetables that you grow to cook some home cooked meals. And this is about both staying active and being mindful of what you're eating. The most important part is to have fun. These are your retirement years and you only get one chance. You should do everything you can to maximize these years. All these tips are also related to staying connected, staying creative, and having an impact with others. Retirement can be lonely. You're leaving your coworkers that you've been spending 10, 20 more years with. But it's important that you stay connected to your loved ones and your friends. Life gets busy for everyone, but now you have the time to make those plans and maintain the strong friendships that you have. Staying creative is important to the mind as you continue to push yourself to new heights. Being is creative where we feel most free and have the ability to express ourselves. This is a little self plug, but I really enjoyed Rick Rubin's The Creative Act. It's a book where he talks about creativity, and I find it really helpful when I think about, my own creative expression. In retirement, you can still make an impact on people's lives. My aunt knits hats for a local charity. You can volunteer. You've spent all this time working, gaining valuable experience, and now you can volunteer and help others. These 5 tips aren't meant to cause anxiety. Instead, they're thought-provoking and powerful lessons from people before us as you start to contemplate your own retirement.